Welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. Today we're bringing you the final part in our Joan of Arc gameplay. This is our solo gameplay where we're using one of the, or actually the only solo scenario that I currently have. It's the one that came in Wave 1, came in the Reliquary box, which was like all the Kickstarter extras and everything. There should be some more solo scenarios showing up when Wave 2 gets here in about a week is what it's looking like, so that will be exciting. And I've heard that some of those might even be different than just a battle. So we'll kind of see what that turns into, and maybe that'll be worth making another video. Last time we had just finished round 2. We got to get through 5 rounds without the undead escaping off the bottom of the board. I believe I can let 2 escape and I'll be all right. So let's get back. So far none have. Let's get back and see how that's going to shake out. Also, I do want to mention our sponsor, Board Game Co. This is a website where you can go and buy games, trade games, sell games, all at this website. They've got a great selection for you to pick from, lots of great prices. Be sure to go over and check them out. There's a link in the description below so they know that I sent you. And Board Game Co. is just a great place to buy, sell, and trade your way into a better collection. Okay, let's get down to the table and see if I can survive rounds 3, 4, and 5. Hey everybody, real quick. So I'm sitting here editing and I somehow, and it's really frustrating, deleted a good chunk of the first several minutes. Maybe, I can't really tell exactly how much. I think it was something like, could be as much as about 10 minutes of the opening of this third part for Joan of Arc. So I really apologize about that. This is actually a longer part. Instead of splitting it up into 3 and 4, I'm just doing it all in 3, and this was gonna go probably close to 1:15, something like that. So now without that, you'll see how long it ends up going, I guess. So the point being that you still have plenty here that you'll be able to take in and enjoy. Also, for some reason, there's a portion of the video where for about 1.5 minutes, my audio cuts out completely. I thought about just skipping ahead from that, but I decided you can kind of hear me, so I can only assume that my microphone came slightly unplugged and then plugged itself back in, I guess. But you'll obviously know when that happens. I'll put up a little note so you'll know how far I had to skip. It's only, like I said, about 90 seconds. And you'll see kind of what's going on. You just won't be able to hear it very well unless you turn the volume way up, because I think I can kind of hear a little bit of me in the background there. Anyway, sorry this video is a bit of a mess in terms of those 2 pretty significant editing issues, but just wanted to let you know about that. So here we go, down to the video. All right, so now that we got these straightened out up here, and I've got a lot of bad guys on the board now. Need to finish up this activation. So far, we just use Seguin, or Seguin's ability, actually. We haven't used his, we haven't actually activated him. That was just, yeah, because that ability just reads once per turn, reduce the cost of a legend card. Doesn't say anything about activating him to do that. I think we'll actually build a wall right here. Seguin, we'll use him, we'll activate him to build the wall, because, yeah, I think, so he has a black and white die for his attack, whereas Robert Knowles has the red and yellow. Yeah, so build that wall. Oh wait, actually before we build that wall, let's see if we can kill anybody and get some experience points. So Robert Knowles and my 2 halberdiers are going to attack. The halberdiers get 2 white dice each, and then Robert Knowles is going to have a red and a yellow, and they're attacking here. So I need 4 white dice. All right, we've got a kill and 3 pushes. Yeah. They were attacking the ghost and The Plague Bearers. Plague Bearers are going to cancel a Disrupt. We don't have any of those. So the Ghosts are going to defend with 3 white dice. All right, so they got 1 shield. And the other 2 aren't going to do anything, but that cancels out the kill, which I think is like the first kill I've rolled this entire game. And so 3 pushes. We're going to get both of these guys. I think we'll just push them. I think we'll separate them. So let's move the Plague Bearers here and the Ghosts here. So now the question is, do we go ahead and build that wall? I think so. I think that this is going to probably be a corridor that people come down through. So we'll build the wall. We still don't have any experience points to reinforce it, but we'll build that there and see if we can do anything with it later. We actually don't have any activations here yet. They're just kind of standing there. I kind of feel like maybe, oh, why didn't I think about this? I should have done this before. They actually... I have 2 guys in this group that have prayer. They could have gotten experience points for me. You know what? Well, let's go ahead and activate that group. And we will do, so Arno has prayer, and we'll take a experience point for that right here. And the Inquisitor has prayer, so we'll take an experience point for that. And we need to roll a black die for the Inquisitor. We got the shield again, so we'll actually take a legend token for that. So we have 1 legend token and 2 experience points now. I feel I have the urge to move up, but I think that's going to be a mistake. I think I should probably stay where I'm at and just kind of stand in, deliver type thing, you know, just wait for these guys to come down. So because of that, I think I'm actually going to use 1 experience point to reinforce this right here. Now I know I said earlier that I felt pretty sure that I could only reinforce when building, but the more I think about that just doesn't seem to make sense thematically or mechanically. So I am going to go ahead and allow myself to use an activation to reinforce. And I'm pretty sure, well, actually it doesn't even matter if the stakes can only get 2, because that's the most I'm going to put on the stakes, since I want to make sure I have 1 experience point still to keep John Stewart leveled up. So I will have this reactivation, which I will use here, because we're going to try to take out this Mounted Knight. We want to go there. We have range of 3. 1, 2. That's a lot of defense to try to get through there, so I'm not even going to try to think about that yet. But I could try to take those skeletons out. Oh, because they have no defense. They have no defense whatsoever. They cancel pushes, but that's it. Yeah, let's go after those skeletons. Let's try to take those skeletons off the board. That's pretty much all we've been taking off the board, but let's do it. All right. So what do we do with John Stewart again? We're going to need, it's just the archer, so we'll need 6 yellow dice. Oh, and by the way, I forgot I did have 1 more river card that I haven't used, but I have been activating things, so that'll give me an interrupt that I can use during the enemy's turn. So there we go, 1 interrupt cube. Let's see what happens here. Disrupt, push, the shield turns into a push, is that right? No, it turns into a disrupt. Okay, cool. And 3 blanks. The skeletons cancel the push out, but I get 2 disrupts, so both of those guys are going to go to the infirmary, which is actually beginning to crawl with skeletons down here. But I think that's going to be the extent of my turn. I actually don't have anybody else I can activate right now. Yeah. All right, so that's the end of my turn, which means that unfortunately this activation order will be lost, but I do bank that one there. All right, so now let's see which direction we're going to be activating these guys from. Oops. All right, so we're going in a, what is that? from the southwest to the northeast, I believe. Yeah, southwest to the northeast. So the westernmost is going to be these guys here. They're going to go first. And remember, everybody that attacks is going to be, because of ferocious assault, all units from the Army of the Dead gain one white die to all melee attacks during this round. All right, so the Mounted Knights, we've got charge. Mounted Knights move 2 areas south with the following behavioral priorities. They leave the board. Yeah, got it. Okay, so charge. That's, well, yeah, they're heading south. They're not heading towards my guys. They're trying to get off the board. So this is definitely south. That's 1. And now the question is, well, no, they can't go this way, so they're going to go this way for sure. And then it says they attack the adjacent area with the least number of units, but there is no adjacent area, so they're going to stay right where they're at. So then I believe we do the southern units first. We basically go across from west to east and then come back to the top. That's how I've been doing it. So that's what we're going to do here. So that brings us to this space that has, as you can see, Ghost and Plague Bearers, which will activate with the Ghost first. Ghastly Wail. Every area adjacent to the Ghost, there's containing player units. Well, there's no areas adjacent, so we move. Instead, they'll move 1 area south to here. Oh, by the way, I don't think I noticed this before. The Ghosts actually ignore stakes, walls, and all that kind of stuff when moving. So that is something to keep in mind for sure. And then the Plague Bearers, they would attack, but they don't have anybody to attack, so instead march forward, move 1 area south. So they come here. All right, and then that brings us to these Plague Bearers. They are going to march south, so again, they'll move here and here, which means this wall is actually going to break down here. So then we'll go to these guys here, and we have Heretics, Ghost, and Skeletons. I think the Heretics go first. Yes, they do. They would attack, but they don't have anybody to attack, so instead they're going to do their rock throw. And the only people, they have a range of 2, so this, nope, they can get these guys too. But they choose the most units within firing range. So they'll choose this target here. And we have 3 Heretics there, so that will be 3 black and 3 yellow. Oof, okay, so we've got a kill, a disrupt, and 2 pushes. All right, so my defense, Seguin has a white die. Robert Knowles has a black and white die. And the Halberdiers have red and white. They also have retaliation, but it's a ranged attack, so they can't retaliate. But so red and a white. Here's a shield, blocks the kill. And we have 4 shields, so we're actually good. We block all of those. All right. Then after the Heretics comes the Ghost, is that right? Ghost and then Skeletons. So the Ghost next. Obviously their Ghastly Wail isn't going to work. So they just move forward south. Which direction though? Southwest. And the Skeletons group up. There's no Skeletons to the south of them. March forward 1 area south. Southwest as well. All right, and then finally we have those other knights. They're going to charge 2 areas to the south. Then we went southeast. There, and then the next south is clearly here. And nobody's adjacent, so they don't attack. And those are all, yep, that's all the bad guys. Oh, I forgot when the heretics threw those, when they did their rock throw, they should have had 3 more white dice. Now I already maxed out my shields. I had 4 shields total. So let's see what these. So they ended up with a disrupt and a push. So basically what it would have been is 2 pushes would have gotten through, because this disrupt would have taken one of the shields that got claimed by a push. Another push would have got through. There were 2 pushes. And let me see, Seguin has parry. What does parry do? When defending against melee attacks, that doesn't do anything. All right, so yeah, so we would have had 2 pushes actually. So since I think what I'll do for pushes, since it's the enemy, I shouldn't really get to choose where they go. I will use the die the same way as normal, because I don't believe there's anything in the rules about how that happens. And I will have this decide. So that would be southeast, and everything else would be southwest. So southwest. Now I would be the one that chooses who goes. We'll say that's Seguin goes southwest. And I probably should choose beforehand. So this time it'll be one of my halberdiers. Or no, we'll say this one is actually going to be Robert Knowles. Oh, that was southeast, wasn't it? Southwest. Okay. Southwest as well. Okay. All right, so I think that's right now. So then that ends the enemy turn. Let's see what we've got now. So with the walls, this one is done. That gets broken down because there are no experience points left, and 2 or more units of the Army of the Dead are adjacent. We check these during the camp phase, but that is the only one that is in trouble right now. So we will try to do something about that in a bit. Now draw an event card. We've got to resolve that. Undead March. All units from the Army of the Dead move 1 area south. After movement, activate all ghost troops. Well, this is not good. All right, so they move 1 area south. So he's going to move here. Those knights are. Here and here. No, oh wait, oh crap. I got to roll the die for these guys. All right, so southwest, so we're going the right way with them, so that's fine. Do these guys next. South, well, they can't go southwest, so they would go this direction. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so now these knights, southeast again. These knights like going southeast. All right, so fortunately, these stakes here and these stakes here are not in trouble yet, because we only checked those at the beginning of the camp phase. So we're still fine on that. But now the ghosts have to activate. And I think the only ghosts I have are these ghosts. Nope, there's ghosts here as well. So let's see what's going to happen. I think the Ghastly Whale is finally going to trigger. Every area adjacent to the ghost containing player units is attacked with 2 yellow dice. So let's see. So yep, these ghosts are going to attack them. These ghosts will attack the culverin. Oh, I forgot to activate the culverin last time. Oh no, not having the red band around is messing me up. Sorry about that, y'all. That's a bad move. That was potentially, I mean, I had to waste an activation order, like I got rid of it. So that sucks that I forgot that. Anyway, I think I forgot it. Doesn't matter. All right, so these ghosts though are going to get them and them. So let's do these guys first, or I'm sorry, these guys first. Okay, so they're going to attack with 2 yellow dice. Units targeted can roll for defense. Only unblocked push results are applied to units. Okay, so basically the ghosts are just kind of clearing the pathway. So this isn't so bad, other than just clearing the pathway, make it a little easier for these guys to move through. So Here we go against the halberdiers. Oh, and the cool thing is, so they actually got nothing. No push results whatsoever. And the best part is my halberdiers have retaliation. So any sort of offensive die results here from my halberdiers are going to go against the ghost. And the shield does not protect the ghost as far as retaliation goes. Oh, look at this. We got 3 disrupts. I mean, doesn't matter how many, but the ghosts have, oh wait, no, they're immortal though. Let me make sure. It might just be a kill. Might be the only way to get them into the infirmary. Immortal says, the unit is placed in the disrupted area of the infirmary when it suffers a wound that would destroy it. The unit treats death results in the doom die. Okay, no. So disrupt does still put it into the infirmary. So the ghosts go in their infirmary. And now let's do these ghosts. We'll have them hit the culverin first. 2 push results. All right, the culverin. Oh, you know what? Doesn't matter. It only has 1 black die. I mean, let's see what it gets, but it doesn't really matter. It does get a shield. It still gets pushed though, and it could be. Let's see. The options here would be it could be pushed here, here, or here, because any of those would be farther away from the ghost than they are now. We'll roll a d6 for that. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got a 3, so they're gonna push it into here. All right, now the whale affects these guys. Nothing, and none of those guys have retaliation, so I don't think anything's going to happen here. No retaliation. Okay. So all in all, not such a bad deal. Even though now this is cleared out, and since they mainly try to go southwest, having that open could prove to be a problem. Might have to try to take that space back. So that was the event, and that leads us to the dice rolls. Well, first off, these guys are going to redeploy now, or they're going to respawn because they were in the waiting area. So we're going to move them right up here. All right. So let's look and see what's happening here. We are in round 3 right now. So if we get a disrupted, here we go. Disrupted, the mausoleum rally point, death, the green rally point, rally, the red rally point, and delayed rally is the ruins rally point, assuming that they rally at all, of course. Now, what I forgot, by the way, I believe I got a death result last time, or one of the previous times, and I forgot that actually changed to a rally as well. So unfortunately, that's a rules error. If I made that, I can't quite remember, but if I did make that rules error, that would have been in favor of me, which I hate making those types of rules errors, but we will deal with that and just kind of put an asterisk by this game if I end up winning it. All right, so let's do this. So they're all skeletons. Well, no, here's the ghost. So let's do the skeletons first. We'll save the ghost for last. So these skeletons here, they are going to rally. These guys, another rally. Well, might not be good. These guys, rally. These guys, death, which is a rally. These guys, rally. Oh my gosh, are they all going to rally? These guys, they're going to be delayed, okay. And then finally the ghosts. Oh, rally. Wow. All right, so I've got a slightly adjusted angle here because the mausoleum is right here. It's really normally a shrine, but I guess maybe because the dead are rising from it, we're going to go with a mausoleum this time. The green rally point, let's see, is actually occupied. That is this spot right here. So if that rolls, we will roll again to see where they will go. I'm assuming that's the way we do it. It doesn't really specify. And then the red rally point is here, so it can take two more guys before it's full. And then the ruins, of course, are right here. So let's do this. We will, how about these skeletons first? That is a delay, which is the ruins. Now this is very dangerous because, again, their goal is to get off the bottom of the board. And right now, there's only these stakes between them and the bottom of the board, so I'm going to have to do really kind of focus and firepower here probably. I might even want to pull, well, him being here helps my archers. I'm off to the side of the camera here. John Stewart being here actually gives the archers extra firepower, so leaving him there probably is the best idea. I hate that I wasted all these experience points. Anyway, these skeletons. We've got death, which was the green rally point, which we said is full, so let's try again. Death again. Delayed, that was the ruins, right? Yep, ruins. All right, that can hold. It's got 4 right now, including the ruins, so we can hold 2 more there. These skeletons. That's the ruins. These skeletons. That is a rally, which is the red rally point. So right here. And these skeletons. Red rally point. So red rally point is full now. All right, so these skeletons. We can't do that. What do we have? We have basically our options are green rally point, can't go there. Basically mausoleum or ruins are only. So delayed and disrupted are the 2 results that can give us something right now. That's death. Good Lord. Okay, y'all didn't see this because I edited it out, but I just rolled the die, I think 15 times before I finally got something that could work. So disrupted though, that's the mausoleum, right? Yes. So these guys are going to go here. Now let's put them where you can see them. All right. And finally, we have our ghosts. Was that one we could use? Delayed. Yes. Yes, that is the right here. I would have preferred they went to the mausoleum. Okay, so. All right, so we're entering round 4. Now keep in mind, the way I win is get through 5 rounds and I need 2 or less Army of the Dead to make it off the bottom of the board. So for this round, we will have 3 plus 4, have 8 activation orders added, which really we have no shortage of activation orders. That's not really something we have to worry about. As long as we don't forget to use them. All right, and then let's go in and clear these off and see what we'll have for the river. All right, so for this one, now this could be useful. Change an activation order into, y'all, I didn't use my interrupt at all that time. Remind me to not forget these. Can y'all please do that? But this one lets me change a regular activation into a reactivate or into a interrupt, or change an equal number of these back and forth, XP into legend and vice versa. Here we've got move one of your rally points and rally 1 allied unit, or take a charge. And here we've got remove 1 damage or take a charge. Well, to begin with, I'm going to go ahead and use this one and change 1 activation token into a reactivate. So here's what I'm working with right now. And of course, we have to pay 1 XP in order to keep John Stewart level 2, even though that level 2 isn't doing a whole lot for me right now. Maybe we will move him and the bowman so that he can actually get in on an attack too. Okay, so what do we want to do though? This group is seriously dangerous right now. This group is pretty dangerous as well. So first thing I think we're going to do is activate these guys. So we can have that, we can use that prayer. So I'll take, so for Arnaud's prayer, I'll take 1 experience point. And then for the Inquisitor's prayer, I will take 1 legend token. Now, Seguin's not there anymore, so I can't use his ability to reduce the cost of a legend token. But what I can do, oh, don't forget, I got to roll a black die for the Inquisitor. I got killed that time, so it didn't do any good. Okay, so now we're going to have the Inquisitor and Arnaud, or the Inquisitor, Arnaud, and the Executioner attack. Oh, that's so many guys. That's so many people, but they're going to attack those guys. Hopefully we can whittle that down a little bit. The good news is only the ghost in that group have actual defense dice. The bad news is the skeletons cancel push, the plague bears cancel disrupt, so only kills are going to count. Oh, this isn't looking so hot here. Actually, here's, you know what, before we attack, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave the Inquisitor right, no I'm not. I'm going to move the Inquisitor here, move these two here. I'll show you why. The Inquisitor gives the Executioner the ability to change blank results into kills if he is in an adjacent area or the same area. So I move the Inquisitor there. Now I move the Inquisitor here. And now I'm going to move both of these guys here. Ugh. Okay, so actually, let's move these guys. Alright, so first off, I'm going to move, we'll come back to this. Let's go over here. We're going to move these guys here. And then here. So I'm going to get a forest. I don't have these activations. Just set these down. Put those stakes there. Oh, by the way, with each of these, I'll activate this one first. Or I'll activate, this one first to get a charge, and that one second to get a charge. Alright. I will go ahead and activate this area, and I'm going to attack that area there. So, there we go. Okay, so we have a number of different things here. Got this kill. Disrupt. Disrupt. Disrupt and disrupt. 3 pushes. We've got skeletons. We've got 1, 2, 3 skeletons in there. Each of those will cancel a push. So all 3 of those pushes are gone. And then the knife. So skeletons. Actually, I guess it doesn't really matter because it's all kill or disrupt. So there's 5, and there's 5 guys there. So I just cleared out that entire area. Everybody goes to disrupt. That just took a lot of pressure off. I get 1 experience point for. So now we can really focus more over here. All right, so this area right here is going to be a little tricky in how we do this activation. But really, the key is going to be focusing on those guys right there. So, okay, let's do this. First, we'll activate here. Now, Seguin has charge, right? No, not Seguin. Who has charge? Is it... Robert Knowles has charge. So Robert Knowles has charge, so I'm going to move him here. But I'm also going to move Seguin here. Robert Knowles, as part of that move, is going to attack in here, as is the Culverin. So that's going to be a red and yellow. And the Culverin has 3 yellows. Yes, okay. Now, keep in mind that Robert Knowles, if I manage to roll a kill that actually hits somebody with this die, that will be an experience point. All right, here we go. Well, he got a... Ooh, this is not... I think none of this is going to make it through most likely. Oh wait, but the culverin changes blanks into pushes. So, oh, I should have kept. I'm going to leave one of these blanks blank because I can't say for sure it wasn't Robert Knowles' yellow. And so this will be a push. All right, so now what do we have here? We have plague bearers who cancel the disrupts, and we have three of those. So both those disrupts go away. And then we have the skeletons who cancel out the push. And then we just have a defense left, so that doesn't do anything for us. Okay, so now though, we are going to, oh, and as part of Seguin's activation there, I'm going to go ahead and spend one legend token as per his ability to draw 2 legend cards, keep one, and discard the other. So we've got Supernatural Strength. When attacking in melee, one of your units gains 1 extra red die. Oh, this is perfect right now. It costs 2 legend tokens. Martyrdom. When you declare a melee attack, destroy one of your attacking units and select the result of your choice on each of their attack dice. Okay. I'm going to keep Supernatural Strength, though. I'm not looking to kill anyone off right now like that with Martyrdom. In fact, I'm pretty honest, I'm a little surprised nobody's died yet at all. But, all right, so now what we're going to do is we will activate this spot, this area, okay? And that's going to be the Executioner, who has a yellow die, but we need his die to be separate because his changes, a blank changes to a kill. So this will be the one the Executioner uses, and then Seguin will use a black and white die. That can be mixed in, doesn't matter. And then, oh, and also, though, Supernatural Strength, we'll go ahead and use that because Seguin also has the ability to reduce the cost of these by 1. So my 1 legend token is now used for that. So we can add a red die to one of our units. I don't think anybody in particular will benefit specifically from a red die, so probably... Are there any blanks on the red die? I don't think there are. Yeah, no, so we'll give it to somebody who has Ruthless, which Robert Knowles does. Oh, you know what? We'll give it to Robert Knowles. That way, if he destroys somebody with it, we'll get an experience point. So here's Robert Knowles' dice. They have to be rolled separate. That's the Executioner. And then we have Arno with a white and red die, which can go just in the general pool here. All right, so let's roll just these general dice first. All right, so we got 2 shields, no go there, a blank, and a push. Not much happening there. All right, so here's the Executioner. Got a shield. Oh, this is going to be terrible. This isn't going to do any good. And then here we go with Robert Knowles. We got a kill and a disrupt and a push. So if that kill manages to go through, which is unlikely here, but if it does, then I'll get an experience point from it. So let's look again. We have the Plague Bearers who are going to cancel this guy out. We have 2 skeletons that are cancel those out. So all we've got left is this. And the ghosts are going to roll 3 white dice. So if they get a shield, and they did, they got 1 shield. So nothing goes through. All right. So we are actually going to do a reactivation and try that again. So of course, this time Robert Knowles will just have a red and yellow. There's the Executioner. And then, oh, hold on. Wait. Before we reactivate though, let's not forget about our command abilities. I keep forgetting those. That's the hardest thing for me to remember. So let's look real quick. Seguin can do an adjacent area. By the way, I think earlier I activated somebody within my area that I was already in, and that's not the way command is supposed to work. Command, you cannot activate within your own area. A actually means adjacent, okay? So Seguin has adjacent 1. So we're going to activate the culverin and fire You know what, let's do something. It's unlikely the Culverin is going to get anything through over there because you have the disrupts that are, in fact, it's pretty much impossible. I think it is impossible, actually. So the Culverin could fire on these guys over here? Does it have line of sight to the mounted knights? No, it would go through this forest, trees in the way, so it can't get there. So instead, let's have the Culverin fire on these lone skeletons up here. So we have one push, and then this blank turns into a push. The skeletons will cancel one push, but the other one will get them, and we'll push them back here. So that was Seguin's command ability. Now Arno can go 1 hex away and can activate. Oh yeah, here we go. Arno can go 1 hex away and activate two guys. So these 2 guys, the halberdiers, and we'll have them. I could move them into here to try to take those guys on, but because remember, these guys are ranged. Those are the heretics. They're going to throw stuff at my guys, but it might be worth moving them here. That way, if I can whittle this down a little bit, they might be able to get an extra kill or 2 in. So I'll just activate these guys and move them here. Okay. And then, oh no, you know what? Let's do this. Arno's going to have one of these guys move here. The other one is going to build a wall just in case they start coming, they end up coming down through here. It's somewhat unlikely, but let's go and build it just to be safe. And then we'll have Robert Knowles, who has a 1/1 command, move them there. There we go. Okay. Now though, we're going to reactivate. All right. And like I said, we'll have the red and yellow for Robert Knowles, the black and white for Seguin, the red and white for Arno, and then the yellow for the Executioner. Let's do Executioner first. Got a kill out of that because he changes the blanks to kills when the Inquisitor is adjacent. Well, it counts as a kill. We'll just put it there. I suppose technically you're not changing anything. But, all right, so this is Robert Knowles. Got a disrupt and a push. Probably going to get canceled out. And then here's the rest of the guys. Oh, I got to remember, though, Seguin does have Ruthless, as does Robert Knowles. And Ruthless, when attacking, the player may spend a legend token to change a disrupt result obtained by this unit to a kill. Okay. Okay, so this is good. Oh, I'm out of legend tokens, though. Okay, never mind. That would have been good. Oh, but Arno has prayer. Is prayer a once per round thing? It does not say once per round, so I'm not going to retcon it like I did earlier, but Arno just now activated and did the reactivation. So Arno has prayer, so he'll take a legend token. And he would have taken that at the beginning of that reactivation. Or even right now, I suppose, he's activating all at the same time. Well, no, I think they do activate individually. Regardless, let's say he did it at the beginning. Then that will be spent by Robert Knowles to change that into a kill. All right. Also check this out. Let's say, again, at the beginning of this particular activation, who will we go with? We'll say Seguin use his command ability at the beginning to activate the Inquisitor and have him pray as well to get another legend token, which then now would be used, well, let's see, that's a kill right there, but would be used to change this result into a kill as well. And then we have 2 disrupts here. Oh, and remember, this blank is actually a kill. All right. So this is actually turning out to be a pretty decent little hand here. But you know, a hand of dice. Yeah. Let's see. By the way, Robert, so I just need to make sure I keep track. I used Robert Knowles to activate. Was it Robert? No, I used Seguin to activate the Inquisitor. So in a second, when I use Robert Knowles, I don't know. I remember I cannot use Seguin. Oh, but by the way, when the Inquisitor, that wouldn't be worth it. When the Inquisitor activates, actually, it might be worth it. Nah, I'm not going to retcon that much. I was going to say the Inquisitor can also then use his command ability, but only to activate the Executioner. But I'm not going to do that right now. Okay, because I've already got this roll going on. So let's see. The Plague Bearers are going to cancel out these two disrupts, and then the Skeletons will cancel this out. So now we've got those 4 kills. We do have 3 dice from the Ghost, who only got 1 shield. All right, so that means that Robert Knowles did get is going to be responsible for one of those, so that is going to be an experience point gained from that. Then we will have to kill in the order of Ghosts. No, that's the order of activation. So Skeletons first. So 1 kill for 1 skeleton. 1 kill for 1 skeleton. And then Plague Bearers. So 1 kill for 1 Plague Bearer. Nice. That worked out really well. Now, while we're at it, let's not forget we have these command actions. So Arno is going to command these guys to attack this area here because he has a 1-2 command ability. So my halberdiers are going to use two white dice. 2 white dice. 2 shields and 2 pushes. Okay. Pushes could potentially be useful, but the Ghosts are going to roll 3 white dice. They got 2 shields, so they blocked that. So nothing doing there. But now Robert Knowles still has an activation, and he'll use that for the Culverin, which is going to now fire on those guys because I think we've got a shot at getting something through now. The blanks are all going to be turned into pushes for the Culverin. So we got 3 pushes. The Plague Bearers don't cancel pushes, they cancel disrupt, so we're okay there. The Ghost only rolls 1 shield, so 1 push. So now we have to, I believe it's the Plague Bearers are going to get pushed. Let's push them back here into the forest. I think we're setting ourselves up in a pretty good place. Now, it'll depend on what happens with these guys here, but technically we could activate the Inquisitor, but the only thing he could then do is activate the Interrogator, because the Inquisitor has the Executioner. The Inquisitor has no attack himself. So we're not going to do that. We'll save what we've got. That'll be the end of our turn. And there we go. All right, so the order of activation is going to be from southwest to northeast there. So here's the thing. These guys are more south. These guys are more west. But from best I can tell, it seems like it's not exactly clear how you judge where you go, but I'm just going to keep doing what I was doing. So in this case, you're going up from south to west as opposed to down from north, you go up from west to east as opposed to down from, south from east to west. So I'm going to start down here and the westernmost unit, this one, and then these guys, and then we'll start over here and work this way. I'm pretty sure that seems like the best way to do this. All right, so the Ghosts are going to activate first, and they're going to do their Ghastly Wail. So we'll do it against these guys first. They got 2 blank results, so nothing happens there. And of course, the cool thing is that my halberdiers have retaliation. So red and white is their defense. And we did get a kill. So that is another experience point as well. We have 4 experience points. Probably not going to end up using them. We might have more than we really need now, but we'll see. So next, moving over, we've got the mounted knights who are going to charge. They're going to move 2 spaces south, still on the board, so, but they're getting close. And those guys by themselves could, they'd be the 2 max that I could have, and then anybody else would be the ones that would make me lose. So now we've got these skeletons over here on the edge. So group up. Skeletons move to the closest area south containing at least 1 skeleton. Well, there's nowhere farther south with skeletons, so that's not going to be it. March forward. Skeletons move 1 space south. Okay. Up here we have skeletons, and now the way I believe group up's going to work is these skeletons are going to move down here because these skeletons are farther south. Then we've got the heretics, which still are not adjacent, so we're going to go with their throw. And the area with the most units is right here. They're going to throw there. We've got 3 of them. They're throwing their black and yellow dice, so 3 of each. All right, now we got a kill and 2 pushes, but we also have shields in here, which aren't going to do anything. However, blank results are assigned to terrain elements such as stakes and walls, and we got 1 blank here. So we'll say, I mean, they would want to take this wall out. I'm sure that's the one closest to them. Oh wait, except that's not the area they hit. They hit this area, so it would be this wall. But now let's roll some defense here. We have black and red for Arno, white for Seguin. All right. So shields are what we only got 1 shield out of all that. Is there anything we can do there? No, because parry is just for melee. Ruthless. Okay, so that does take out the kill. However, these 2 pushes are going to activate. And so where could they push? So instead of doing this randomly, I'm going to try to think of what will be most beneficial to the AI. Since they're trying to get to the bottom of the board, most likely they would want to move me away from these guys. So I think with these 2 pushes, they'd push into this space or this space, but because grouping up is usually good, they'd probably push me here. And I'd say my best attackers here are going to be Arno and Knowles. So I think that's most likely what they would do there. So that was the heretics. And then the last ones are going to be these plague bearers over here. They can't attack, so they'll just march forward. They're going to go 1 space south. So southwest. And that's their turn. So let's see what kind of event we've got going here. Unkillable. All units from the Army of the Dead move 1 area south, and they get +1 defense in the next round. +1 white die defense. So they move 1 area south. Ooh boy. Okay, this is getting real dangerous now. So there. Oh, this is real bad here. Hold on, we'll come. Okay, that's right. There's nobody here. So these guys, they would move here. Yeah. Okay, now I'm trying to remember with those guys and the stakes, how that works again. All right, so as far as I can tell, the stakes and walls follow normal rules in terms of these guys moving. So the reinforcements are just going to help if somebody's in that space, because normally they provide defense against melee attacks, but not necessarily, they don't really slow down the enemy if there's nobody there in a spot. So these guys are just going to move here, and that actually destroys these stakes. As far as I can tell, somebody let me know if I'm playing that rule wrong. But that's the event, so they're going to have better defense next time. We really need to focus on this down here, because as you can see, there's plenty here to kill me if they end up moving off the board. So now, okay, so now we will go ahead and move on to, we got to set up the next round. Oh no, we got to do the infirmary. All right, so we are in round 4 right now. So purple rally point is possible. So purple, green, red, and ruins are the possible areas. But let's see what actually happens to these guys first. These guys are going to rally for sure. And now we'll look at these skeletons. Delayed. So they're pretty much out of the game though, because this is the last round. And let's do these ghosts. Disrupted, so they will stay where they are, so they're out of the game. Skeletons. That's a rally. Skeletons. Rally. Skeletons. Rally. Skeletons. Rally. Oh boy. Ghosts. Rally. Plague bearers. They stay, so they're out. And then finally, the mounted knights here. Delayed, so they're also out for the game, which is good because those guys are fast movers. All right, so let's do these skeletons first. That is the red rally point, which is here. Green rally point is right there. Skeletons again. Purple rally point, which is actually here. Skeletons. The death is the green rally point right here. Green rally point for the other skeletons and the ghosts. Oops. That is the red rally point right there. All right, so nobody went to the most dangerous one, which would be these ruins right here. So pretty much the only problem is they're kind of spread out, but we'll see how this works out. All right, so for the final round, we'll be getting 9 total activations. All right, and then we've got, all right, change activation into reactivation or interrupt. I didn't use my interrupt last time. What is wrong with me? I've got to, oh man, there's just so much to keep track of here. All right. And, oh, here we can change some of those experience points into legend tokens. That could be worth it. Okay, here's one to change into charge, which isn't really going to do much for me. And then here to gain legend card and a legend token. All right, so right off the bat, I'll use this one to gain 2 legend cards and a legend token. At any time, gain 1 legend token or experience point. When defending, one of your units gains retaliation until the end of the attack. Yeah, I'll take that for sure. Get rid of gift. All right, I do need to spend 1 experience point to maintain John Stewart's level. And I think the first thing we're going to do is move. See, well, actually, maybe not, because they're the only ones that can potentially deal with this over here, even though I don't think these guys are going to be able to make it off the board, but you never know what sort of event might pop up, that sort of thing. So first, let's try, we'll move them here and move all of them to here. And then move all of them to here. Okay, now who has charge out of that group? Arno and Robert Knowles both have charge. So they're going to attack real quick. They're going to attack the plague bearers here and those skeletons. By the way, I just realized that both oh my gosh, Robert Knowles, Seguin, and Arno all have the mercenary skill, which means the only people they can command are other mercenaries. So I cheated my way into some success there, which sucks. Anyway, we'll keep that in mind for the rest of the game. All right, so, but they are charging, okay? Red and white for Arno, and red and yellow for Robert Knowles. We need to keep them separate because of Knowles' ability. So here's Knowles. A kill and a blank. All right. And Arno, a shield and a blank. All right. Well, the skeletons have no defense though. So that means that I did kill one. All right. And again, experience point for that. Oh, also with that activation that moves Seguin here, I'm going to spend 1 legend token to draw 2 legend cards. Invincible at the start of the camp phase, rally 1 unit. No, I don't need that. Communion at the start of your turn, choose an area containing at least 1 of your units. Gain a number of legend tokens equal to the number of units in this area. Well, I guess out of the 2 of those, that's the best one. So, all right, so we're going to activate these guys again and attack the skeletons, because really we need to get to these knights are really who we need to get to. So we're going to attack the skeletons. So let's roll Robert Knowles first. 2 disrupts. So the skeleton, that's enough right there. We didn't have to... Oh, and you know what I just realized? Since I can activate them each individually, and that would make sense going up against a single unit like that, I wouldn't throw all these guys at that unit. So that was Robert Knowles. Attack the skeletons, all right? So they're disrupted. And then these guys will all move in here. Okay. And then one, either Arno or Seguin would then use their command ability, since they are mercenaries and he is a mercenary, to pull him, to order him into their space. All right. Meanwhile, I'm also going to use this to change a regular order into a retaliate, or I'm sorry, not retaliate, a reactivation. So now let's use these guys and attack the knights. So let's Robert Knoll, and I will use all of them because, yeah, I'll definitely use all of them this time to attack the knights. So this is Robert Knowles though. He gets 2 pushes. By the way, before this attack happens, I'm going to use Communion to gain 5 legend tokens. All right, so moving on, continuing with the attack, let's roll the Executioner, a blank, which is, of course, a kill for the Executioner. And then Seguin and Arno can roll at the same time. We have a Disrupt, a Push, and those 2. And again, Ruthless allows me to change Disrupt into Kill. But I don't think that really matters here because both Disrupt, well, yeah, Disrupt and Kill will have basically the same effect on the knights. So these are irrelevant. So let's see what the knights are going to roll. They have 2 black die each. 1 shield, so it gets rid of the kill. But then I do have a Disrupt. Takes that one out. And then I can, if you get a push result and there's nowhere to push them, it's because the only space adjacent is here, it counts as a damage, which kills the knights. Fantastic. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to reactivate this group, and they're going to turn around and attack these plague bearers up here. So again, let's do Robert Knowles first. Push and blank. Man, he is just rolling like crap. And then the Executioner gets a push. And the other two. Kill, disrupt, push. All right, so those are plague bearers, so they cancel out the disrupt, but they can't do anything with the rest. So one of them gets killed, which of course gives me an experience point. The other one gets pushed. We'll push him there. Next, let's activate these guys, and they will attack this area here. So 4 white dice, 2 disrupts, and 2 shields. The shields, of course, don't do anything. And the plague bearers can't cancel one of these disrupts. So now we have 3 white dice from the ghosts, and they don't get a shield. They only get a disrupt. So 1 disruption here will be the skeletons. All right, so now we're going to activate these guys, and we're going to fire at this area. They could hit the heretics, but I'm not super worried about them making it to the bottom of the board. So we're going to fire here at these 3 skeleton units with 6 yellow dice. The blanks become disrupts. So we have 3 disrupts, and the skeletons don't have dice. They only cancel out pushes, which we did have 2 pushes, but we have the 3 disrupts left over. So all these skeletons are disrupted. Fantastic. And so that leaves the culverin as the only thing that has not attacked. So, and it uses 3 yellow dice, and it's going to fire, well, I guess those guys are close. Yeah, it's going to fire. It'll fire into these guys, actually. Ooh, 3 blanks, which really are 3 pushes. Plague bears don't have any defensive dice, so it'll just be 3 white dice from the ghost. Nothing, so they both get pushed. And yeah, we'll push them both back here. Okay, so at this point, I think I'm pretty much safe. Let's see what happens, though. That's going to be the end of my turn. All right, so which direction? All right, from southwest. So we'll be starting with these skeletons over here who can't group up, so they're just going to move south. All right. Next, up here, the heretics are going to attack. They can't reach them, so they're going to attack them. And what was it again? They black and yellow. So 3 black and 3 yellow. Ooh, okay, that's actually a pretty good roll. Let's see that. Okay, so we've got 3 disrupts and a push. Ooh, okay. So right here, the bowmen have white dice, 1 each, and John Stewart has a black die. Only 1 shield that gets rid of the kill, but all 3 of them just got disrupted. It took all game, but they finally landed some hits on me. That could have been devastating earlier. So the final will be over here with the ghosts and the plague bearers. Ghosts go first. Ghastly Whale. Oh, nope, not Ghastly Whale. They're not adjacent to anybody, so instead they move 1 area south. And they will move southeast. All right, and the plague bears can't attack, so they again also move south, southeast. All right, and that's the end of the enemy phase. So now we have to draw one last event. Undead March. All units in the undead army move 1 area south. After movement, activate the plague bearers. So south. south, and they will move southeast, so they go here, which destroys the wall as well. And the plague bearers are going to activate. They will attack with a black, oh no, I'm sorry, with a 1 white die. So a push. So only is 1 defense. We have a lot of stuff going on. Oh, we actually have retaliate too. Let's see what happens with retaliate. A kill. So I actually killed them. So that didn't work out well for them. And is anybody? Oh my gosh! All this is happening off screen, yo. I apologize. I'm so sorry. So the plague bearers just got killed. I got to see if anybody gets pushed from my guys. Nope, got a shield. Okay. So after that, there's no reason to even do any of the, anything from the infirmary, because no matter where they show up, they're not moving again. Oh, because we already did the event. Yeah, so that's it. That's the game. I won normal difficulty. So there you go. Pulled off a win on the medium difficulty, normal difficulty, whatever it's called. I'm going to have to give hard difficulty a try, or challenging, whatever that the next level up is. See if I can survive that one as well. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel. Find me over on Twitter at boredonlineboardoffline. Getting close to 1,000 followers over there. And until next time, it's for Bored Online, Bored Offline.